Good morning, students. We will continue the chapter. We will discuss today about Mahatma Gandhi's two important freedom weapons, Satyagraha and Ahimsa. We have already discussed about Satyagraha and Ahimsa, and we will also discuss today about Jallianwala Bagh massacre. We already know that Mahatma Gandhi spent his 20 years in South Africa. He tried there for freedom and helped Indians. Now we will continue the chapter. Mahatma Gandhi returned back to India in the year 1915, and after returning back to India from South Africa, he immediately did not join the freedom struggle. What he did instead, he traveled across India and tried to know the ordinary people like farmers, poor people of the cities. So he started meeting the poor people and he traveled across. So he immediately did not join the freedom struggle. He traveled across India, getting to know the ordinary people like farmers, the poor people, the problem they are facing due to the struggle, why it is necessary for the freedom. So he tried to know what are the problem ordinary people were facing. So he tried to know the ordinary people. Then he decided for the freedom struggle. The main two weapons used by Gandhiji during this freedom struggle was Ahimsa and Satyagraha. Ahimsa means non-violence, is the fundamental part of teaching, which means that you will not use any violence, means you will not harm anyone. Peacefully you will ask for the freedom. So Ahimsa is against the violence or non-violence, means whatever you will do in a peaceful manner. And next weapon is the Satyagraha. Satyagraha means devotion to truth. Satyagraha means devotion to truth. So he used Satyagraha with Ahimsa, the non-violence. So this is how he asked for freedom. These are the two main techniques. This included marches, demonstration. Demonstration means explanation. So Mahatma Gandhi started the freedom struggle in India by using two weapons, Ahimsa and Satyagraha. Now see what happened next. In 1919, British government made some law, and that law would make India less free. That law would make India less free. That law will make more problem to Indians. So British made some law which were totally against the Indian people. So everybody started protesting, everybody started saying against the law. Now we will discuss what was the reaction of Gandhiji. After this law, Gandhiji decided for the Satyagraha against this. So Gandhiji decided Satyagraha against this law. So he planned everything and he started the Satyagraha against this law. But still in many parts of India, few people were using violence. Still they were protesting in bad manner, not following the non-violence matter. Just like in part of Punjab, they were not following the non-violence manner. They were using the violence manner against the law. That's why the government decided that people cannot arrange any kind of meeting during this time. Okay? Now what happened? In 1919 in Amritsar, a meeting was going on against the British law. But that was a peaceful meeting. During the festival time it was going on. It was a Baisakhi day in April. People were sitting together and they were just discussing against the British law. But no violence was taking place. Nobody was carrying gun. It was just a peaceful manner. They were discussing about what to do against the British. Suddenly, British army without warning, they came there without warning, without saying anything to that people, they started firing on them. British army came and started firing on the people who were sitting on the meeting. They started firing on the children, they started firing on the women. There were approx 400 people and all those 400 people died during this firing. So basically in Amritsar, people were peacefully having a meeting and British government without any warning, the British government came there and started firing on them. And this was a very, very bad incident in our Indian history. And this was the bad day in our Indian history. 100, 300, 400 people died during this incident. And the garden, the Jallianwala Bagh, Bagh means garden. The garden was surrounded by high walls and it had only one gate, and British government had closed that gate and no one could escape. People tried to run away, people tried to jump on the well, people tried to save their life, but there was no way to escape from the firing because it was, the walls of the garden were very high and they had only one gate, and that gate was blocked by the British government. Hope you are understanding, student, that how much sad incident it is, that people during a festival, they were sitting together, they were discussing against what to do against the British. Suddenly the British army came and started firing on them, and there was no way to escape from that place because the walls were high, the entrance gate was closed, so they have no other way to escape from there. The bullet marks are still there on the wall. You can see in the picture, these are the pictures of the dots. You can see that are the bullet marks, that how harmful the British government was, how they were so aggressive that they killed so many people. This is the current Jallianwala Bagh picture you can see. After this incident, the first Satyagraha ended, and many things happened with this incident. Rabindranath Tagore was given the title of knighthood. After this incident, he refused to take any kind of title from British. After the end of Satyagraha, Mahatma Gandhi came up with another new weapon, that is the non-cooperation movement. It will continue till 1922. We will discuss about the non-cooperation movement in the next class, but just little bit of introduction. Non-cooperation means people could refuse to help the ruler who does not rule well. Means the ruler who is not ruling well for the people had the right to refuse that ruler. Just how to refuse? They will not use any kind of foreign clothes, they will not go to a British school and colleges, they will not work under the British government, so they will just refuse the ruler, they will just refuse to help the ruler who does not rule well. The British government is not ruling well, that's why the Indian people will refuse to help them. They will not do anything under the British government. We will discuss this in the next class. Thank you, students.